Hi there, let's discuss the metagame and what I think are the best strategies for every single tribe. Elementals is currently a support tribe, in my opinion, because Little Rag was removed and the minions that they got are not really good. Scaling the elementals became a little bit more difficult. You can still do it if you hit Nomi super early, but ideally double Nomi or Nomi plus Upbeat Duo, which is going to give you like the second Nomi down the road. Other than that, I feel like elementals are mostly good at using recycling Wraith to just like cycle cards and to spend gold, which is good either with Dealer from the Pirates or Magma Lock from Elementals or Murlocs. Pirates are really good because of the Dealer, because of their cleave, which can be buffed by Peggy, usually. Fleet Admiral Thetis is also like really good if you can discover one of them and then utilize that to get, let's say, Record Smuggler. Use Record Smuggler to go to 6, get another Admiral, and then you can go pretty crazy. Almost infinite, if not even like infinite in some situations. It's a little bit more complicated to play than the Hogar strategy because other than Fleet Admiral Thetis and ideally a Record Smuggler, you probably also need the Cleave Pirate and the Peggy to be able to like buff your board. Or at least you need some sort of mechanic that you play on top of the gold engine that can buff your board. I saw it being played with Caligos, I saw it being played with Boogie Monster, but basically you're generating a lot of cards and cycling them, but there needs to be like an endgame to that. The Dealer or the Magma Lock can also work in that situation at getting a lot of stats. But Pirates are pretty good. It's just you need to be fast and you need to like think very quickly and do more moves than like a normal strategy. But I actually think Infinite Pirates is still possible. And I really love the fact that Pirates have a cleave now. I rate Pirates pretty highly currently. Naga is kind of mediocre. And other than its early game, mid game utility, and late game glow scale, I think there's one really good consistent combo. It's a Zesty plus Blue Crooner. Basically, you use Blue Crooner on Zesty as many times as possible to just scale the card, and then you want to play it on Lava Lurker at the end of the turn to capitalize on the stats and keep them permanently. It's a pretty decent strategy if it works, but the question is how consistent is it on heroes like, I don't know, Cookie or Rafam or other heroes that can generate gold versus on Queen Ashara that can just generate Naga. I feel like Queen might be like the only hero where it's really consistent. Other than that, you should just like only do it if you get served enough pieces. Murlocs have the Basgil plus Brim counter as like a new combo. Basically, you keep the Brim counter in your hand, you cycle a lot of Murlocs, and then you use the Basgil to summon the Brim counter, and later on in the game to play the Coral to get a even bigger stat boost. Other than that, you can play Queen and Leroy in your lineup, a few Venomous minions, maybe like play a Bran and get some stats, maybe a Magma Lock, but it's not really required, nor is it used that often. Murlocs are okay, but I feel like they fall somewhere in the middle. Undead is probably the worst tribe that we have in the game. Really good early game because of its very powerful Taunt, Reason Rider, Eternal Knight as well, really powerful, Corpse Refiner, and a few of the other cards that you have on Tavern 1 to 3. It gets a lot worse at Taverns 4, 5, 6, especially because it has like really bad endgame other than the Eternal Summoner, which is the only late game strategy that Undead has. So I normally just use Undead for early game and utility, and I only play late game if I somehow get like a super crazy Eternal Summoner composition. Now, let's get into the bread and butter of Battlegrounds. Currently, the best two tribes I would say are Beasts and Dragons. Currently, I would say Beast is a little bit better just because of the Banana Slamma, Banana Slamma, together with Mama Bear, currently forms the most powerful combo in the game. 2 Banana Slammas plus a Mama, you summon any beast, you basically buff it with the Mama Bear, and then you quadruple its stats with the bananas. It's super crazy, and like we have even some combos where you play the Basgil from the Murlocs to summon a horse from your hand with Taunt, ideally, if you can give the horse Taunt in the tavern, and then buy it and hold it. And then you have the Basgil summon the horse gets buffed by the Mama, quadrupled in stats, and then when it dies, it resummons back with again buff the Mama and quadruple in stats. And if your opponent doesn't play Sindorai, which is only available in Undead lobbies, I don't know why it is like that. I think it should also be present in Beast lobbies, but that's another story. You just go crazy and you have like way too many stats for anybody to be able to compete. Another combo with Banana Slamma is just together with Sly Raptor. So I don't like Banana Slamma with Sewer Rat or Rat Pack. I don't think it's good enough to be considered a combo. I usually play it when I can get it together with Mama or together with the Sly Raptor. And then Slamma plus Sly Raptor is usually enough to go to 5 and look for the Mama. Mama is enough to like stay on 4 and look for the Slamma and for the Raptor and all the other good cards like the Reborn. It's kind of interesting. But I wouldn't force Beasts every single lobby, the same way I wouldn't force Dragons every single lobby. I think you want to stay consistent and just play whatever you're given. If I'm given Undead, I'm playing Undead. But if I see that I'm getting offered 1 or 2 combo cards, I'm gonna go for it. Now, Dragons. I'm super happy to have Caligos back in the mainstream stage. Caligos now works with Bran and some other small effects, but mostly with Bran. And I feel like that made it like really powerful because you also have the combo with the beast that triggers Battle Cries during the fight on Death Rattle, and with the Drakisov, the 4-star dragon that generates whelps. The way I like to play dragons is, number 1, low flyer is super powerful on Tavern 2. There are so many low flyer combos where you can go low flyer and then another low flyer with 1 more attack. Be careful, the order low flyer activates is order of play. So you actually want the first low flyer that you played to be bigger than the second low flyer. So always remember which is the first one that you bought. And when you buy the second one, make sure the second one is 1 attack smaller than the big one. The second one is 1 attack smaller than the first one. Other than the low flyer, Caligos is just like a really powerful combo. I wouldn't try to like rush Tavern 5 and discover 6s unless I'm like really strong and have a lot of health. If you are, go do it. If you're not, it's fine to stay on 4 and discover 5s and try to play something else. And it's okay if you get Caligos even a little bit later. Caligos plus Bran is like so powerful, you can actually catch up and make like a super big powerful board even a little bit later than just turbo rushing for a 6-drop. I think trying to get it too quickly might delay you a little bit too much. But yeah, these are my favorite strategies right now. I cannot wait for the next tribes to be added to the game. I really like the balance right now, other than a few cards that should obviously be nerfed. And I really hope that on top of some cards like Banana Slamma getting nerfed, that we're gonna also get some buffs for Undead, maybe a little bit for Elementals. Some of the cards are still lagging behind. And I would like to see full potential of the game of Battlegrounds. I think the current state is like way better than previously, but we still have 3 tribes to go, so let's see how that is gonna look like. I hope you like this type of video. I'm gonna make it weekly if you guys enjoy it, and we can talk about every single tribe once it gets released. As always, see you in the next video and on Twitch TV at Rdu live streaming every single day on this patch.